What's going on, everybody? How you doing? The opening was real quiet? Oh, yeah, it totally was. I forgot I turned my I turned the mixer down a little bit for the stream PC. Was it just was it the opening like the blue screen, or was it the opening like the intro video? Yeah, it's 3 on the Taurus. The video. Let me try it again and tell me if this is any better. Hold on. Is that better? Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's on me. I was playing around with some things on my stream PC the other night, and I mean, ultimately, I ended up doing I had to lower the volume on my stream PC, and I obviously did not put it back up, and I did it through the mixer instead of just doing it right away. Anyway. Ooh, I need to remember. I believe I can integrate this with our MDT so that bolos can actually show up. I believe I can do that. I have to remember to. Let me write that down. I gotta remember to do that. Let me put that in the show. Did I see the new warrant? No. Ooh, Barracuda. What we do? Attempted armed robbery, huh? No, I dig it.
41, show me on traffic, southbound Sonora Freeway, on a 2-door coupe, license plate is 78 Hotel, Union, X-ray 030. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30.
vehicles come back registered to him. Mike Gamblin. The fuck? Now my radio's not working? Did my keybind get messed up? Yeah, I will. Hold on. Ah, that's right. Radio check.
10-2.
I still talking on the radio right now?
Right now, yeah, you were queuing up a lot a minute ago.
Sick. It's stuck open right. I'm gonna.
Phenomenal. I'll be here.
Well, that's fucking annoying. It wasn't making the sound, so there was obviously something going on just right off of the bat. That's annoying. I wonder if the scene thingy working. I wonder if I could roll back and I really miss that. I think my 5M just updated. I guess it is Tuesday, huh? That transition is so loud. I don't think that I can turn down the volume. Let me see if that pops up in my audio stuff whenever. I'm gonna turn you guys off. There is no way for me to turn that down. It is so loud. I have to like recut the off. I've been using that since I got it. That's forever ago. Okay. Oh, I love that it just added all those extras back on. It put every extra on. Hold on, back on that.
Clear. Welcome aboard.
I don't know why that's not working. I'm not hearing my radio shit. I might have to clear my cache again. That's almost got to be the... Not like things. What is this? What am I toggling? Oh, I know what I'm toggling. Never mind, I know what that... Okay, so that's what I want. B11. I need to, I'm probably gonna need to clear my cache again. I'll get annoyed by it eventually tonight, and I'll just do it. Real quick, before this turns into a problem. What the fuck is going... It's already a problem. I had input director on, and when input director's on, it fucks up the game. Because the second PC only cares where the mouse is. It doesn't matter if it's locked to the screen. Anyway, whatever. That's 100% my cache. That's it's gotta be. I don't think there's a setting for the loops, right? Maybe there is. Where's the overlay? What, the sound doesn't work? I really want to find a new radio script, to be honest. I have an idea. I'm not good enough to code my own. By the way, chat, before we're done here tonight, I'm showing you the new system that I finished. Danger, I finished it. I fixed everything. Wait until you see everything that I've done. The only thing I need right now is a PED scenario with someone raising their hand. Yeah, that we don't have one. But I need something where someone's like holding up their hand. If I can find one of like something like that, it is so goddamn cool. It is so cool. And every time I think that I'm done with it, I'm like, "Ooh, no, I should add that to it." So at the moment, I've been working on for the past like 3 days. I've been working on an election system so that we can have elections in the server. And I have it pretty much set up now. I think it's probably ready to push and it won't crash anymore. But essentially, a government official will need to make a decision like, okay, it's time to hold an election. And we'll have them scheduled and shit like that. It's fine. So they go in to City Hall and there's a menu in the voting room that allows them to set up a new election. You have to use 2 people. So you set up between 2 people. You enter their state IDs. So I need to figure out a registration process. That's kind of what I'm missing right now. And I don't know, the reason I don't want to do that is I don't know how I want them to register. I don't know if I want them to register through Discord or if I want them to register through the game. I would like to do it in game, but there's got to be an OOC component to some of the positions we could put up for election. But anyway, I'm still trying to figure that part of it out, but that's a logistical thing. The system itself works. So once you have the information that you need to make the election, so first name, last name, and citizen ID, which is on your driver's license. The citizen's ID is the most important. You can turn on the election and have it start. So it'll run for 48 hours minimum, but we can set it for whatever we want. When the election is over, the results are posted publicly for everyone to see. So you can go into the courthouse and see the election results. If you're the winner of the election, you'll go to an NPC in the courthouse and you'll take an oath of office. And it's not just like go up, click a button, and it's done. There is actually, I put an oath of office pop-up that appears on the screen when we do it. I could launch it on live without too much, but I would have to change the database, and I don't want to fuck around with the database unless I'm doing a restart. So it'll probably hit the server tomorrow at the 3 p.m. restart. And then it automatically gives them the job. And it only works, I tested it. It only works if you're the winner of the election. And if you're not, it gives you an error message. You can only vote once. One character can only vote once. And if you're a person who wins, let's say you're running for multiple offices, eventually my plan is to have a large government system, and let's say you win the election for the mayor of Rockford Hills and the mayor of South Los Santos, which is a horrible example, but whatever. If you win both elections, you can pick which one you want to run, which one you can take. So yeah, it's really, really cool. I mean, that's literally what I've been doing for the last 2 days, essentially. I just needed to do something that I wanted to do. Did you do it? There you go. No, it's 30 degrees outside, Harper. No. When we get back from practice tomorrow, then we can do, or you have a game tomorrow. I think you do. No, I think tomorrow's a game. I'm 99% because Jackson also has a game. Yeah, you play tomorrow. You're playing up where Jackson's practicing. It's an away game. And now she's freaking out. So she has to go find all of her equipment because she thought it was going to be a practice. So she only needed to get worry about a pair of leggings and her chest protector. Has 2 chest protectors. So now she needs to find her jersey. No, not her jersey. She needs to find a jersey. It's her this year's jersey, isn't it? But she'll need to find her pants, her softball pants. She'll have to find her belt and a chest protector. Make sure that her glove and bat and helmet are all in her bag. So she immediately ran upstairs. That right there, an absolute indication that nothing's ready. She freaked out and ran up the steps. I wish it were 68. It's supposed to be pretty high tomorrow. I think we get up to 71 tomorrow. Today's kind of the last cold day. I would imagine today might actually be the last cold day of the season. Because it's supposed to be in the 70s or 80s the next 2 weeks, essentially. There's not another cold front. So today's probably the last of the shitty weather days that we're gonna have.
Yeah, our profiles were a match on the internet.
It was freezing today too, dude. That's the worst part of having lost all this weight, by far. Like, just my hands are never warm anymore. Like, it's the worst. And I don't know if it's the shot or if it's just that I don't have weight anymore. Maybe it's both, a combination of both. I don't know. It sucks though. Like, constantly fucking cold.
I'm DJing on Friday. If you say so.
You clear on that traffic stop? I don't have my fucking tracker on. He was on Snorf. What's up, Moose?
You take back what you said.
I just realized it fucking put the wrong. Hold on, everybody. Danger wants me to look at a report. Sorry, public. I have to look at a report real quick. Sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I know that this is probably inconvenient for you, but here, I'll make it better. Is that better? Have a good day. This is power game.
Want to know what I'm wearing now? Oh, stop! You are so bad. I bet you're wearing those derriere pajamas I gave you. What? I'm gonna cry. Why do you have to work so much? Buy me Johnny Tongues to make up for it. Bye.
Okay. There's something significant missing from this.
Fuck yeah. I know the asshole you're talking about. I've seen him over at Holly. Fucking strutting his stuff.
There's
like
something
I just
very
here had that
specific
whole look.
missing.
What a fucking lame poser. Don't worry. I'm working
They
on
should
a
be
whole
charged
new
with
look.
murder.
My next move is going to be earth-shattering.
Saying. At minimum manslaughter, but that should be a murder charge. .241 from 101. Now my radio works.
Good.
Which one?
MRPD.
Or I'm in route. Yeah, so that there should be a murder charge on that. At minimum manslaughter. Or accessory too. If Ruby was driving, then it would be manslaughter. If you were driving and Ruby wasn't, then it would be accessory to murder. Just so we know this isn't Power Gaming 2, you did tell me about this last night while I was in the server. I'm just telling everybody, this is not Power Gaming or Metagaming. He did indeed tell me about this last night, and I didn't have a chance to look at it because we were fixing something. Not there. Better. I mean, she was still part of the getaway, though. Did she come up after the fact? Like, if she was in the Sand King, it's an accessory. Hey.
Colonel.
Hey, so listen, real quick. I ran into Lieutenant McLean. Yes. He told me about the warrant you guys have out.
Yeah.
So I have a concern, and I wanted to talk to you about it and just see what the situation with it, because I think that it's missing something.
Okay, it very well may be. I couldn't find a lot of assistance from my department.
No, you're good. So that's why we're here. So the person who stole the Sand King.
Yes.
You watched the theft happen?
It was, yeah, so it was in front of me. Like, as in, so we were on the embankment. If you look at, I think it's the evidence 3 picture. Right? And they both still had guns out. And I didn't want to get too close to them because we were in an area with nearly no concealment or cover other than my own vehicle.
Okay.
And they ripped out the local out of that Sand King, and he tried to run back towards them, and they drove over him and continued. As I was getting back onto the road, I could see it happen.
Who was driving? Was it Ruby?
No. I can't definitively say that I saw Ruby, and she was never in the Sand King. Her vehicle chased behind me. Okay. She's the only one we know was involved in this.
Okay, I got it. The way that I was reading it initially, it sounded like the one that was in the vehicle that ran over.
No. Ruby's car was the one that was used, and presumably it was Ruby. Her vehicle's not reported stolen. We've heard nothing else in regards to that. That's why I wrote the warrant up that way, but
Okay.
her car was the one that rammed me, causing me to be out of the first pursuit with the Sand King.
You don't have like body cam of it or anything of that.
No, the only evidence I have is what's attached to the report.
Okay.
I have her plate in my rear view. Obviously the mechanic logs from our county commission being damaged.
Like I could identify her if I could.
Right, yeah.
All right.
No,
Well,
I mean, all I had was the description of that vehicle.
okay. All right. So I was just curious because my thought is, so I guess it might still hold true though. Like if we think that Ruby was involved in this at all, in any way, shape, or form, if she was driving that car, she should get a charge for accessory to murder.
For the local.
Yeah. At
Yeah, I mean,
minimum
it makes sense to
manslaughter.
me.
At minimum manslaughter. I don't think there's an accessory to me. But I mean, I would there's accessory to third degree murder. I honestly that's probably it. And then the driver would probably be a first degree if we can get them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
The
want
only
to take it that
definitive thing
far,
we
but
have-
you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, I mean, the only definitive thing we have is Ruby's identification because of the vehicle. I've ran this Kyle Cronin ID. It through at least 6 different databases, and I got nothing. There's a picture on the ID. I don't know if we can do anything with that and cross match it or anything else. Call the feds
yeah,
for that.
yeah,
but
probably. So, interesting story. Kyle Cronin was a colonel in the state police not all that long ago, a few years. I personally know. I mean, it looks like they spelled the last name differently, but it was obviously a reference. Let me look at that. You know who that looks like?
Who's that, sir?
Like Bob Thornton.
Surely he wouldn't put his own face on a fake ID, would he?
Well, that's the only way it would really pass. So go to his profile. I'm pretty sure he's even wearing the same fucking shirt.
That does look like the same.
I think that's
Again,
even
I
the
never saw
same
this
shirt.
person's face. They were both wearing masks in the truck. This ID was just shown to me from the back window of the armored car. They truly were stuck in there. I attempted to use a Slim Jim on the armored car door. It didn't work. I tried to simply open it. That also didn't work. I tried to assist them in pulling them out. Did not work. They were actually stuck in there. So I wasn't entirely sure what to do. I followed them to Polito, and then that's whenever I was unfortunately flanked, and there were 2 guns drawn on me.
Yeah. So concerns on protocol. I mean, it sounds like you were on patrol alone.
Yeah, I was completely alone, and no one responded.
Okay. The mask thing would have been a red flag for me. Gone beyond that. I mean, it sounds like they were going to get you either way. But I would say that for the future, just keeping that in. Someone steps out of a. So, I want to say that it is Group 6 protocol that they can't wear any face coverings.
That would make sense to me, sir. And whenever I asked him the driver to even show me an ID, he told me that his hands were stuck to the steering wheel and he could not do anything. And it really seemed to be true. It really seemed like he was absolutely locked in that vehicle. My hands were kind of tied, quite literally there. this was certainly an unconventional arrest.
Yeah. I mean, we can only do so much. I mean, especially when you don't have
Right.
additional. Yeah, that makes obviously. But yeah, I would say at minimum, like if that we determine that was Ruby driving, if we can get definitive evidence of that, I think that she should at minimum be charged with man,
Okay.
or I mean accessory to something. You know what I mean? Like there's someone died.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be my one thing, just looking over. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, it's well written. It's incredibly detailed. You know, did a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir.
I just don't want to see. I don't want to see a murderer get away with murder.
No, absolutely. And I think that that's something that's worth, mentioning. And whenever we finally do detain Ruby, I mean, she's around pretty frequently, and obviously she runs the mechanic shop up there. I've met her up there.
Yeah. I mean, she used to be a deputy. Whenever I
Really?
when I was sheriff, it's been a while now, a year, 2 years. Yeah, she was a deputy under me. She didn't make it through training. She felt like the job wasn't for her. At that point, she had already sort of started hanging around with the Reaper. And I have a feeling that they influenced that. And that's, by the way, that's another way that I would almost positively say that is Bob Thornton. Because Bob Thornton is in the Reaper.
Okay, yeah. I just looking over Ruby's file, I didn't see a lot about any gang affiliation necessarily, but I did see a prior for something. It was like a speeding ticket, and that's it. But I really don't know a lot about these Reapers.
I have extensive history with
I've heard the sheriff talk about them, and I've heard you talk about them now.
Yeah,
and that's
I've had extensive history. I will say this: the Reapers are extremely good at not getting. Extremely good at it. They run seemingly legitimate businesses, and even have contracts with the state because they're at least the business side is legit. But they are typically heavily involved in some sort of drug trade. Their primary MO is weapon dealing, frankly. But I don't know that they're into that here yet. I have personally detained the president of the chapter, Ash Dixon. I've personally detained him. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago for possession of marijuana with intent. So they're definitely into the drug piece for sure. I don't know about
whoever these guys were, sir. They had big guns.
Well,
Big
I mean,
guns.
that tracks right with them. It just tracks. Everything is lining up that this is something to do with the Reaper's MC.
So, from your perspective,
I
do we have enough
just
to
barely
pursue
missed it.
at least a warrant for questioning?
I actually did
and
see you
detainment
hand
for
off.
Bob Thornton, if that's who you think this
So
person on the fake ID was.
I would say that is probably enough to, at minimum, bring him in for questioning. At minimum, I would say we could add him to the report and issue a warrant. The problem is,
Okay.
I don't know that it's enough for a warrant to arrest, and that's what those are.
How long do we get? 24 hours? 48 hours to detain?
To detain? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but that's an arrest warrant.
Because I mean, both of these people that you're talking about, they're well established with legitimate businesses.
Yes,
so
they are. Yeah, it's like I said, it's right up there, right in their MO. I mean, almost to a T. Big guns. That looks like Bob Thornton. Ruby's involved. She's another patch member. I mean, it's checking too many boxes for us not to at least open a case file on it and start working that angle from the detective side. Not to mention, I also hear that there's another MC in town.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple people wearing Lost
Yeah.
cuts.
Yeah.
I haven't really made any contact with them. They were at the Route 68 shop the other day. I was sitting down there running traffic on 68, and I saw them, and they saw me, and they just sat there, and we had a stare down for about 30 minutes till they finally decided to leave.
So I don't know what rank he holds here. I think that he said he was president, but I bumped into him not all that long. It's Hunter Epidemic. He's brother of Boss.
Of course.
So I have some pretty extensive history with him as well back in Los Angeles. The Lost weren't quite as into the drug trade, but were the weapons dealers in Los Angeles.
Interesting.
Like,
I will
that's
tell
who it
you,
was.
we've had a lot of just random BS calls in the area where I saw them along 68 there.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes sense.
somebody's smashing out a window, or
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like constantly. If I start my patrol down in the city, it seems like just constantly there's a window getting busted out or a carjacking of a local going on up in Sandy.
I am. I'm like I said, I'm 99.9% that's Bob Thornton. Like, if we had a voice, I'd be able to pin. If we had that picture on a fake, I mean, it's obviously a fake ID because there is no Kyle Cronin. So, with that picture, if I could match up his voice, that would be enough. Especially because he's wearing the same clothes.
Right.
But yeah, I would say it's enough to bring him in for questioning. There's no doubt. I don't think there's any sort of doubt about that. So
Honestly,
much so that I think I'm going to drive down to the hideaway.
From a law enforcement perspective here, I feel like the best way to bring these people in for questioning would probably just be in broad daylight, right? I mean, I don't think that this merits like a SWAT call out or anything else. Like, I mean, as far as these people are aware, both Ruby and Bob, now they don't know that they have warrants out for them. Presumably, no one from my agency has made contact with them.
Yeah, I don't believe it's the same. I would believe it's the same situation. Like I said, I talked to Lieutenant McLean last evening, very very briefly. Wasn't a couple minutes, but he made it seem like you were on it, you were working on it, and that's kind of as far as we got. And asked me to take a look at the report. But I was on my way. I was on my way up. So I took a look at it this morning, and as soon as I started reading it, I was like, man, this is just matches right.
Yeah, I understand that obviously while being personally involved in this case, I do want to stay on it. Absolutely. I want to see these people brought to justice.
I know that Lieutenant McLean wants to have a conversation about how we're going to move forward with it. So I'm sure that he's going to get with you, if not tonight, then in the very, very near. But I'm going to take a ride down to the hideaway and see what's going on down there. They said I saw an automatic pistol. The other gun?
There was a two-handed rifle of some kind. That was the person who was flanking me out of my peripheral, so I didn't really get to see a whole lot. I just saw something black that they were holding with two hands.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
But
grab...
there was an automatic pistol in my.
I think I have my AR in my other car. I'm gonna go grab it. I guess I could grab one. Let me go see what I have, but I'm gonna take a ride down there. I'll let you know if I see something.
Roger that.
I can't put my hands down. the fuck is that happening? Hey guys, by the way, it's my affiliate anniversary. You know that? I think it's 8. I think it's 8 years. I think it's year 8 of being an affiliate. Yeah, I think I set it for a month. I should put an armory in here. Yeah, I know where it is. It's just, I should put one inside of the firing range. No, I'm here. You guys hear me? I said it pretty low. Maybe my mic didn't pick me up. Yeah, I said I probably just talk. I was probably just too. I was probably talking too, frankly, to be honest. It's not going to be very long. I'm thinking probably by the end of the year I'm going to upgrade my microphone. I've been using this guy pretty much since I started streaming. And I mean, it's done its job. I want to do something that's a little bit more focused to what I'm. I want to get a podcasting mic, frankly. This is a decent cardioid. I want to get something that's a little more unidirectional. Up, kitty. Yeah, I know. It told me to too. Hit me as soon as I got in. It made me congratulate myself. Cold as shit down here, chat. I'm cold. I'm almost shivering. Can't wait for the warm weather. Ready for it. Which one faded? You talking about the property tablet? Or are you talking about the suspicious tablet? The suspicious tablet actually has been out and around for a while. It just, I think it was in a shop that was a little too difficult to find. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting one. There is a way to integrate it into our laptop, and I would much rather do that. But I just didn't have time to play around with it to figure it out. But there's a way to make it integrate with the laptop we already have. No, you'll need to talk to somebody from Hillside. But they actually just kind of got everything working. I just got everything working yesterday so that they can do sales. So prior to about 24 hours ago, actually it wasn't even 24 hours ago, it was like 18 hours ago. They weren't able to do anything. It was broken. I like legitimately just got it fixed. I mean, priority number one has to be the people who had already bought properties. So, like, Epidemic needs his house back. So that's got to be priority number one. You're turning the wrong way.
How's it going? Hey, I'm over here.
Drop into the county and just see. Oh, wow. Fuck it. I knew it was. I don't know why it's not listed on that one sign. I don't know why it didn't just go. Now there's no fucking. I'm having a hard time reading chat too while driving, but if you're asking me questions about the property script, I am the worst person to ask. I legitimately know nothing about it. Like, I know the back end side of it. I don't know anything else. Like, I know the stuff it integrates with, but as far as functionality is concerned, if I didn't design it, the likelihood of me knowing exactly anything about it is pretty low. Unless it's a core system like garages and shit. I know a decent amount about garages. But when it comes to like properties is really the properties and weed, you know what I mean, like the drug system. And only weed because I did the chemical tape. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go here for another 20 minutes, and if we don't see numbers pick up a little bit, I'm gonna swap over to City Skylines. I had a notion to jump on Cities first anyway, and I wanted to see if we could pull some numbers tonight because it's a Tuesday and we usually do. Monday and Tuesdays are usually our days, but I don't. I'm not just gonna drive around for 4 people, frankly. So we'll probably swap over to cities and get a little bit of that in tonight. Yeah. Yeah, we'll it's probably going to be the plan, I'm thinking, because I mean, I'll put the number at 8. If we can double the numbers between then and now, I'll stick around, because I at least know, then I'll know some shit's going to go down. But the way it is right now, I don't. It seems pretty quiet tonight. Hey man, it happens, man. No, it happens. That's like the one night that we had. What was it, 19? When we got up to 19 that night, I was at D&D. Like the 20th person was sitting at D&D. That's my gamut. I mean, it happens, Sorge. You know what I mean? Although I will say that generally these kind of days happen before a larger day. Like everybody will take a break on one day, and then they'll come back hard, like the day after, the day after, the day after, the day after that. That's kind of arrives. Before we swap though, I will log on to my test server and show you guys the election system. I will log on and show that off, because that is something that I am goddamn proud of. That is one of the cooler things that I've done so far. And I don't know that we're ever going to use it, but if we decide that we need to, it is there. Or we decide we want to, it is there. one one's going to be.
10-4. Have a good night.
All right, let's swap real quick, but I do want to show you this, just quickly. This up. So, like I said, I've been working on this for about 2 days. It's been really the only new coding that I have that I've worked with. But it's a long-term goal for me to have this in place, and it's been one of the things that I have wanted to put into a 5M server and enact since I've been playing. I have been in servers where there has been some form of government, like you would see an AG, or you may see a mayor. There may be a governor, but rarely are those positions ever actually elected. My goal would be to have an elected position where people can run for a position like governor, attorney general, and we would have some in character and out of character requirements, but I wouldn't see them as very, very hard. Don't get banned, basically is would be the one, and just take it serious. And I think it could be really, really, really fun. It could be really, really fun. So let's let this load in, and then I'll show it off. All right. Okay, so we're in our courthouse, right? Courthouse. If you have the right role in the government, at the moment I believe is mayor or higher. You can come into this office. Oh, I might not be. Oh no, I am. What the fuck? Where'd it go? Get out of here. Stop it. This is the second time this has happened. Stop it. I must have messed up. Oh, you know what? I bet I messed up some locations. I sure as shit did. Hold on. We gotta fix this one too real quick. Hold on. I pasted something in the... Okay, that should fix it. Okay, all right, so they can come up to this desk and start a new election, right? So it's going to ask you for an election title. So, like, let's say we're going to do a race for Blaine County Sheriff. Okay, so now the election monitor will need to know the name of the job. That's going to be something that admins can provide. Like, it's not going to be something that they would just know, but we can give that to them. In this case, it's just BCSO. And then you'll need to know the rank number. Now, again, same situation. You'll need to know that. We can give that to the election monitor in this case. And then you can set your duration. You can set it to whatever you want. Set it up to 48 hours. Now, who is running? Testing tester. ID is going to run against tester testing. Okay. That's his ID. All right, elections created. Now, notice that I am only in the governorship. I have nothing else, no other job, just governor. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to cast my vote on the voting booths. Okay, so it gives you where it is and when it ends and your candidates. You select the candidate you want to win. In this case, I'm going to vote for myself. Okay. Votes recorded. Now, normally you would have to walk away and let the vote play out. In 48 hours, it would automatically end, and you'd have a winner. So, if you go up right now, you can view election results. This will have the result of every election we've had. So, in this case, you can see we had a governor test, and tester testing won. This will have every election as an archive. But then we go into, I'm going to use the test that I have in here. So I'm going to force close this and end the election right now. So pretend 48 hours has passed. Now I'm going to go in and view the election results, and we will have the vote total. You'll be able to tell right away who won. So in this case, testing tester won. So he is the new Blaine County Sheriff in the test server. But he doesn't have the job. So how do you get the job? Well, normally we would have to do it through an admin, right? An admin would have to come and do shit and add the job, and you'd have to meet up with us. Well, in this case, I need to find a new NPC, obviously, and we need a new emote because that's where I stopped today. But you'll be able to walk up to this NPC, and you'll be able to take the oath of office. It will look to see what positions you can be sworn into. So which elections have you won? It'll be there for you. So I'm going to swear in as the Blaine County Sheriff 2026. It brings up your oath of office. Now, if you click not ready, nothing happens. You walk away. No job change. Go in, click accept. I'm sworn in, and I am now the Blaine County Sheriff. So at any point, anyone from the public can come into this room, the voting room, and I'm probably going to move it, and view the election results, and you'll be able to see exactly what happened. So in this case, testing tester won, and it's been completed. And you can do that theoretically with any job. So if we wanted to do an election for now I'm not in the government. Let's say if we wanted to do an election for mayor of Rockford Hills. You can do that. You just need to know the job name and the rank that corresponds with it, and you can set it up. So I have a plan. I showed this to Danger, and I think I've shown it on stream before too. I have a plan that I would like to, and I've had this for a long ass time. This is a long time coming, that I have wanted to enact in GTA in 5M. When's the first time I wrote this down? What's my edit? Oh, this isn't the original version. This isn't the original version. Okay, anyway, so I have a full write-up on how the government will work. So you'll have a governor and a lieutenant governor. So an O1 and an O2. The governor would be responsible for overseeing the police departments and the review process. You'd be responsible for nominating certain, like the department heads. So all the O1s and O2s. The governor would be responsible for signing new laws from the legislature. And you'd be able to enact emergency executive orders. So if you needed to put us into a state of emergency, you could do that. You would also be responsible for preparing and executing the state's budget. So then we're going to have the legislative branch. And this is broken up into a total of 7 districts. Each will act as a mayor for certain areas. So you would run for the mayor of Vinewood Hills, Rockford Hills, Mirror Park, South Los Santos, Toledo, Grapeseed, or Sandy Shores. So the legislative branch would meet as often as necessary to enact basically state laws. So let's say we wanted to make a change to what constitutes the speed, or what is the speed limit on Sonora Freeway. They can get together and vote on that and say, okay, we don't want it to be 75, we want it to be 90. And we would change it. The governor would have to approve, so you're going to have 7 people who have to approve, and then the governor has to sign off on it. Each of them would be able to enact local ordinances in their specific body. So if the mayor of Rockford Hills wants to ban supercars, they can do that. Now, they could get sued by people who own supercars and have it overturned in the judicial branch, which is the Chief Justices and the Associate Justice. Now, there's going to be regular judges, too, that wouldn't have anything to do with this, with the government. But this is the Supreme Court, So the elections would be held every 3 months for both the governors and the state representatives, with offsetting. So we would do 3 months. So there would be an election every month. One would be the governor, one would be Los Santos, one would be Blaine County. Every 3 months there would be an election, each with certain things. So now that we have a property script that has properties in all of these areas, if you own a house in any of these areas, you can vote in that election. Now it's open fully to the public, but theoretically we would have to look at the voter rolls and make sure that they were legitimate. But yes, so that you would be able to vote for each one of these. So if you're looking at these are the districts. So South Los Santos is going to be, Grove Street and Forum Drive, Roy Lowenstein. Los Santos District 3, Mirror Park, is also going to be Fudge Lane, and anything in Elysian, like the Elysian Parkway area, as well as Mirror Park. District 2 is Rockford Hills, so that includes your downtown area and Rockford Hills. Vinewood is going to be District 1. That basically includes everything north of Eclipse Boulevard and the Vinewood Hills. And then you have Sandy Shores, which also includes Chumash, north and south. You'd have everyone who owns a house in Sandy Shores and everyone who owns a house on Chumash able to vote. District 3 is going to be your Grapeseed area. And then District 4 is Paleto. And that's how we're going to run it. Now, how far away are we from this? Probably 10 years. I don't know. It's going to take goddamn forever. It's going to be so long before we actually. But if the time comes and it's something that we are able to do, I'm sending it. So I would, if JJ were still alive, I would hit District 1 immediately. I would be running for the mayor of Paleto. Obviously. But yeah, that's the government system. That's the election system that I have set up and ready to go. close this out. We'll close this out, and let's get cities up and going. Turn input director back on. Get our music rolling. All right. And I can turn our camera on. Let me get my light turned on here. I'm gonna flip this on too. All right, we're ready. No, this is master plan music. So this is the same music that we have in the loading screen. I only have 4 songs loaded for the loading screen. I want to add more. It's just a pain in the ass. It's like a huge pain in the ass. It sucks so bad. Yeah, so the just adding the music is really hard. It's really hard to do. I would like to do more of it because this is legitimately my favorite, like, just chill out music. But this is all written by I talk about him a lot, City Planner Plays. So this is all his music, and it's all DMCA free. Yeah, I know. If you're hearing the same music over and over again, it's rough. I need to add more. I just haven't. But it's all DMCA free. It's all, it's easy listening. You know what I mean? It's calming and shit. But no, I like it a lot. The fact that I can play it without having to worry, you know. Edit the title. The only downside to cities right now is how long the only downside. Now, some of this is self-induced. Like, the next part of it's going to be entirely my fault, because I have so many mods loading. But this is why I'm in game whenever I start this. By the way, this is why, because it takes so long to load. I mean, you guys have seen the crash. Anytime we crash, we have this problem. But this is why. It's so nice to see these developers. Like I just read quickly read over the most recent City Corner. Like the stuff that they're putting out right now. It's they're listening to they're listening to where did my Reddit profile? Huh. Weird. Sitting here reading through Cities 2 Reddit. A while. Warlock, I haven't really talked at all. I haven't been at my computer much. I've been working on I ordered I finally ordered a roll of PETG to start printing stuff in. It's been a long time coming. I don't know why I waited. Then anytime a print I have breaks, I get pissed off. Like anytime, every time something breaks, like it just makes more sense to get PETG and give it a shot. So I gotta dry it whenever it comes. It should actually be here, if not tomorrow, then Friday. But yeah, I'm excited for it. And I got a bunch of black coming too, because I need to increase my server rack size. I need to go up, add at least another section, probably two. But I want to add in my modem. I want to put that in there. Got that all moved. It's all down here now. The entirety of my network is now within eyesight of me. If I go like this, I can see my network. So if I ever have an issue with internet, it is literally as simple as going, "The fuck?" And I can see everything. So I can diagnose without even moving. I should show you guys this. This is kind of a new one that I've been working on. I'm sort of excited about, but Driftwood is where I am interested in playing right now. Getting back into Ocean. Nobody else is streaming right now. Ovis hasn't done much of anything since February. He's okay. I mean, he is working on Artemis. It's entirely possible. Okay, so where we left off was kind of rebuilding the downtown and making it look more appropriate for the area that it is supposed to represent. I don't particularly care for this now looking at it, but I don't know that I'm going to adjust too much there. But yeah, so I'm super happy with the skyline that we have now. I really like it. I think it looks great. I think we're definitely looking more like the city that I wanted it to be. So what do we need to do now? Well, I want to take a look at some of these buildings in here, and even in here to an extent. And I want these surfaces to make a little bit more sense. So we're gonna go through and just, especially the blocks where there's fairly tall buildings, the pad, the concrete pad that would be on would be. So I want to get in here and just do some adjusting and make it look a little. So, and then we'll, I guess, kind of figure out where we should go. If anybody has anything they want to see, we'll talk about where we're gonna build it. I just kind of want to detail for a little while, I think. I honestly haven't played much of any cities. It's legitimately probably been like, well, I mean, I guess I played myself, but even then I haven't played much, like playing on my private saves. It's, I want to spend as much time in GTA as I can getting things working, but I also need to start remembering to take time for myself. I'm really bad at that. I think we can leave this as green space. Let's do some planting in here. Couple things. And I think here too, I'm just going to fill this in with the area brush. I want to extend right. I think that looks a little more in terms of what you kind of like. I can see it getting up to right there, maybe. And here, I think, extend sky out. I think that's a little more of the speed I'm looking. It's just when you look at a downtown, very rarely do you see like this much green. You know what I mean? Very rarely. And if you do, it's going to be mostly filled with, you know, like parks and stuff. It doesn't happen. Reason cities are typically called concrete jungles. You know, in some of these places, I could see like this is a great example. It's probably where you know, a food vendor would set up. You know, a food truck of some kind or something. I can see parking being here. I don't know that I'm going to go through a bunch of parking. Must have deleted. That was a nice building too. That was exactly the height that I wanted. Fine. Come back. You know, with this being green on top, I could see this kind of being green down here. Same thing right here. Oh, that's all good. And here is a net. While I'm thinking about it, chat, timing-wise, I think I'm going to stream until my wife gets home. I talked to her earlier today. She seemed like she was in a good headspace, so I just want to make sure with her and just probably another hour before she's. But she's been working one of those schedules, basically. Basically been non-stop for a couple weeks. Any day off she has, it filled up with tattoos. If she's not tattooing, she's at actual work. Been a lot. Took a promotion, man. That's how it goes, you know. But once the responsibilities go up, doesn't. She's like me. She doesn't do anything half-assed. They when they promoted her, they were getting a worker. They knew it. She knew that it was going to be a thing. Is very much so. I think if I turn that on, kind of go, I should be able to. I think we'll send these all the way out and kind of be like a. I want to have that surface. That's okay. And then I think this would probably be a pretty decent. All right, so that's this whole section. Oh, this one. Lock. Locked on. I know why they do this with the assets. They don't move up like it makes the design of them easier in the look, so that they mesh together a little better. But this doesn't look real. Yeah, I think that does, though. Or so. Right in here. Don't need it to necessarily be perfect. I just want it to look a little. I'm not gonna sit here for 6 hours and I do think some things like this make a difference when I said not all that long ago that I won't sit hours and do this, but I'm not gonna lie, it looks so good that I don't know when our next cities stream is going. I do want to start getting back in the habit of doing it. I missed it this week. We had so much going on. I really wanted to stream, and then things got away from me once we were home. It just didn't line up. But I do want to start streaming a little more consistent. Again, like I said earlier, for my own health. My sanity will do better if I'm streaming a little and playing the game that I'm working on. You know, even talking about 5M. You know, I spend a lot of time doing the code on it, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time playing. I need to balance that a little. If I'm gonna play, I might as well stream. I don't know. It's weird. You know, I always kind of questioned why you devs basically dev a server and then never play on it. They never wanted to see it run. But now that I've done it a little bit, in a more full-time capacity, I kind of get it. Spend all that time working on something, the last thing you want to do is look at it from another perspective. Really, really fun experience. I'm having a lot of fun with it. If you couldn't tell, I should say. Off that right there. Park a little bit. Is that a park? Is that the whole thing? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're gonna let that roll then. Okay. You see what I mean? Like, that just looks better. More realistic anyway. I'm gonna leave those as they are because of their backyards. Oh, that one's good. good thing is, I think that I would start a new city before I'm gonna redevelop this area again. I would just as soon start something fresh. And I don't think we're gonna have to do this again. Wish we had more corner buildings, man. The amount of times that I've come up to a corner building and haven't been able to do it. Or a corner of... I mean, I can put a park there, but that's not what would be... I think realistically, I think you would normally see a building there. Kind of almost like a signature thing for... This is funky as shit here. Work this entire block. is that? God, I don't love that at all. I suppose I could buy it would be. That's a stretch. In this area right here, legitimately, like down. This would all be parking. Like, full stop. Right on the waterfront. Every single thing in here it would all. Anywhere where they could squeeze a parking lot is what would be. This would definitely, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. Color do we? See, there's a little bit of green space. All. Yeah, you're right. It is a shame. Like, the problem is they all need to be connected to the road. Not they won't take a sidewalk. I mean, I could do something probably with an alleyway to make it work. I don't know that a playground would be back there though. I could totally see like basketball courts back here. Like I think this would be a really good. Be a really good place for a basketball. You need to start thinking though. As the closer I'm getting to the water, the more I'm thinking about what can we do down here to make this more interesting. The very first thing that comes to mind is we probably need a dock. It might be nice to have a boat. I don't know where we would do it. Probably over, I think over here. We might go look at Pittsburgh for some. So we have the Manon, or the what we call the Mon Wharf, which is a parking structure, and it actually sits below sea level. So when the river comes up, it floods out, like the Mon. But maybe if we could do something with that. Take a look and see what the berg does. Draw some inspiration. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the reasons that I don't build my cities. Because the overhead and the skylines just never, I could never get them looking the way that I wanted them. Like it was just never right. That would be the case. Who's, thank you. I think this is 8 years. I think. Channel built almost entirely on 5M's shoulders when I started. Everything just looks super. See, like, ass load. Here too. Now the downside is I don't think I can fit the actual parking lots in here. It's too. We'd have to build our own. Kind of why I'm not like getting super into this. Because if I'm gonna do it, I want to make sure I'm doing it like doing it. This is like huge too. I mean that's gonna be a move that's all these. Parking should look a little. Now this is sunk in. have these guys. You know what I mean? Like, I could see this being a thing. What I'm up against. Being fucking funky. There. Fuck her. That is annoying. That urban promenade, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell. There we go. Just how this, how large this asset is. That. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, like, I could see something like this happening. I toggle that off. But that's the kind of stuff I think that we would see. That's one of those like realism things that I have a hard time accepting whenever it's not right, and I want to fix it. But this isn't. I know this isn't great television. Not to ruin my kid. Let's go through and out with these. Guessing that's a no then. Harbor's King. 37 text. A while back. What? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I just think that, like, you would just see this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And then but back in here, this is all, I think that this would probably all be. Man, I hate that. I hate that I can't see. I don't remember how to turn it off. I really thought it was info loom. Apparently that doesn't turn off the zone. I don't like this. It's all fun. I'd have to spend 30 minutes probably trying to get it all level. Look at the. I'm pressing control, not select. Probably I'm gonna be have to bring. I think that's going to miss all the buildings too. So not only will that be functional, it's going to miss all those buildings. That's good. Cool. All right. Let me just zoom out and see what we need to look at here. This block right here. And the only other thing that I do want to do is I want to look at doing the convention center. One of the things we had talked about was putting it right in here. I don't remember what the hell building we were going to use. But I remember it was a signature building. I think it was signature. Shard Arena. It was this. It was this. We unlock it at Expansive Metropolis, so we'll wait until we get that, but I think that that's where this is going to go. Just looking at it, a pretty big building, so we're gonna lose a decent amount here, and I want it to be kind of right here. Like, we're gonna have to edit a bunch of these blocks, but this is kind of where I want it, overlooking the water. So that's coming. This is all gonna get redeveloped. Basically, from here all the way up to here, these blocks are all going, but they can stay for now. I feel like we've been working for an hour and a half, and we got nothing done. Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely, I could. I actually even own some of it. But my thought was downtown, which is going to be like right in, right in this area. So this is a hotel. This is an oceanarium, an aquarium. So my thought would be like, this is kind of probably a district where this would go. And then over here, I thought would be kind of neat to have our stadium. And then this would turn into industry. And I had originally planned on doing our port over here. I don't know if that's still the plan. Because the port's already down here, but I don't like it there. I want it to go. I want it out. And the kicker, something burned down. Shit, all destroyed by weather. Not do anything with that then? That just destroyed that whole thing. There we go. Back up and running. See, Backy's gets it. Backy's gets it. We have to eminent domain the shit out of everything. No? But yeah, I think it's gonna go right there. And then over here we can have our stadium. And I thought it would be kind of cool. So if we take this and we do the whole area here, hit it with a key wall all the way up and down, and then flatten this whole area out. We're gonna have to we're really terraforming, but if we do the whole thing, we can do a baseball field. We could have a football stadium and a baseball field by doing it like here. Bring this all up to 21 feet. Right here, 22 feet. If we brought this up like this, and then we key wall it off, we have God, I don't even know where they are now. Sunny Skyline stuff. I haven't used them in forever. Shit, do I not have those anymore? Or do they just not load? Oh, there they are, there they are. Yeah, so we can do a stadium here. And actually, build one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Manhattan's the same way, too. You flatten the whole thing out. Absolutely. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Especially when you're developing like this. Now, the kicker is this would have probably been done decades ago. It wouldn't be built up right now. This is probably 200 years of development that has happened in 5 years or whatever. How long those are broken down? Anything else? question I have, and I'm not sure how I would want to do it. I wonder if it's worth, from over here on, raising our highway up so that we can extend the city this way. No vehicles for what? What is this? Bus? Tram. We're out of tram. Oh, we downgraded, didn't we? We downgraded. We went to the different tram depot. Which is... Fuck, did we move that to? Here. Gives 6 more vehicles. Yeah, that solved that problem. All right. I think I'm happy with where we are for today. But I don't want to be streaming when my wife gets home. I want to spend some time with her. You know, we went out to dinner last night with the kids, but I don't feel like we've had. Aside from that, I feel like we haven't had any time to like talk or catch up in what feels like weeks. Last thing I think I want to do is I'm just gonna pepper in some trees right in here to add in the green space. Set it to 95, make it. I was putting it in the center here where it was just spraying it in wherever, man. Still though, it's hard not to be happy with that. It's really, really hard. It's a very diverse skyline. You see, you know, as the sort of curve as you see where the density is. In the background, you can see the industry. It's really hard not to be happy. I mean, I'm good with that. Save in real quick. All right, that's it, chat. Hey, listen, I appreciate